Okay, then I'm going to start calling out your names according to the list I have in here, and then you're going to tell me if you're here or not, okay? So let me check this part quickly. Okay, let me check in here. I have some problems with the list. Um, okay, remember to say present, right? Okay, then. Mm, okay, Kevin. Erika.
Here.
Andy.
Present.
Mm, Sandra.
Present.
Liliana.
Present.
Mm, Anaís.
Present.
Daniela. Is Daniela in here? Actually, I think she was, but okay. We're going to just skip it. Gatsiri. Is Gatsiri in here? Mm, Get it. Marta. Marta
Present.
in here? Okay, great. Diana.
Here, teacher.
Okay. Mm, Kayla.
Tiene problemas con su internet y no se puede
Is Kayla
conectar.
in here?
Tiene problemas con su internet y no se puede conectar, profe.
Yes, yes, I got it, I got it. Don't worry. So we're going to say she's here. Okay. Dulce. Dulce in here? Okay. Alma.
Here.
Arturo.
Presente. Digo here.
Okay, it's okay. Ruby.
Here,
Micrófono. Ay, Dulce, contenta.
Okay, Ruby is in here.
here,
Mm, yes, I got you, Ruby. Don't worry. Victor,
Here.
okay. Miriam, okay, just in here. Dianetti, is Janet in here? Okay. Monica, is Monica in here? Jessica,
here, teacher.
Dulce, is Dulce in here? Okay. Axel,
Present.
Victor,
Present.
Diana,
Here,
and Iris.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's continue with this part of the class. So today's class is about gerunds and infinitives. Do you know what is a gerund and what is the infinitive of the verb? Um, Actually, I finished the list. The last one in the list is it is. So, um, tell me your surname, Dulce, please.
Es Dulce María Llanos Tlaxcalteca.
Okay, I already
Pero
named you.
yo le decía que le hacía falta porque después de mí va Axel Giovanni, me parece, y después Víctor y
Yes,
después
I
Laura.
mentioned him.
¿Sí pasó?
Yes.
Ok.
Profe,
Yes, I mentioned all. You're just after Jessica, right? Vas después de Jessica. Exactly. So I mentioned you.
Sí, gracias.
Okay.
profe,
So let's continue with this part. Don't worry.
una pregunta.
Tell me.
Sí me pasó lista porque se me fue el internet.
What's your name? Oh, Yatsiri. I think I did.
Sí.
Let me check. Let me check. Because at some point I just call out the name of someone. Yatsiri. Oh, yeah, but okay, I'm going to correct it. Yes, you're already in here. Is Daniel in here just in order to correct something? Danny,
Gracias.
are you in here? You're welcome. Danny? Okay. So, once we have finished this part, we're going to continue with the class or with the topic of this class. In this case, we're going to talk about the gerunds and the infinitives. So, do you already know what is a gerund and what is the infinitive? Guys? Do you know it? What is a
¿Cuál fue la
gerund
pregunta?
and what is an infinitive? Or what for we use them? Do you know it?
¿Se utiliza para dar una indicación?
Yes, we can. Well, we can use it. Some of the using here, the uses in here. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. I hope it works. Okay. Just in order for you to give a clear or a better idea of what is a gerund and what is an infinitive. So I have a lot of things in here, but I think it's this one. Okay, gerunds and infinitives. In this case, what we're going to understand as a gerund or as an infinitive is two different parts, okay? A gerund is the ing ending in the English language. Well, that's as in Spanish understood as gerundio. That is the Finnish ando gendo, okay? So the infinitive is the use, well, let's see in here and then we're going to do some examples in here that actually I have it. Okay, yes. Do you or can you see the screen, the presentation in the screen, in your screens? Guys? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
so gerunds and infinitives. Gerunds is the ing ending in any verb, okay? Or any, well, we can use it in names or in adjectives. And the infinitive is the word to before a verb, for example. In this case, we're going to say gerunds and infinitives can replace a noun in a sentence. Gerunds can be used after saying term verbs including enjoy, fancy, discuss, dislike, finish, mind, suggest, recommend, keep, and avoid. And then we have the example in here. What we have in here is like this part, okay? After a preposition of place, well, no, this is not the part. So we're going to use after prepositions of place on time or any preposition you want to, and to replace the object of the subject or a sentence. In this case here we have the examples of this part. So it says Lachlan likes eating coconut oil, and at the first it says jumping off a cliff is dangerous, but it's a real thrill. In this case, what we're going to do is, for example, when we have two verbs together, that is like the most common part in here, without conjugation, what we need to do, and the most common case we have in here, is like. For example, I need to say, I like to swim, and that's another idea, okay? So I'm going to just add another slide in order for you to see it and to give a better idea or a better example of this. Okay, so the first part it says that they are used Okay, what we have in here, after prepositions of place, of time, or time. Okay, so I can say like after, that it's a preposition, after going to school, it's important to, well, in this case, after going to school, you need to make your, okay, after going to school, you need to make your bed. In this case, we're going to understand it like this in this part. So this is a preposition. After any preposition, the rule says that the main verb of the verb that follows the preposition, you need to add going to. It's what we have in here, okay? Yes, did you get it? Or when we use, sorry? Sorry? What is, what was your comment? I didn't get it.
No, nada, teacher.
Okay, here we have another. I enjoy playing soccer with my friends. And again, we have a specific verb of the verbs that I help us to express likes and dislikes, or the things we enjoy in this case. And then we have, I enjoy playing soccer with my friends. That's another idea. And then we have when we start the sentence with a verb, okay? So in this case, remember, in English, we always need a subject in order to start a sentence, or is the most common idea we know in the English language, okay? In this case, we have this. Well, in this case, no, this is not correct. Staging. Okay, let's see the examples in here. Then we have the rule. After certain verbs, like for example, enjoy, like, love, keep, understand, okay? So in this case, we have, I enjoy playing soccer with my friends. And then we go like after prepositions. And then we can say, after going to school, you need to make your bed. We also can exchange the order of this sentence or the first sentence. And we can say, you need to make your bed after going to school. In this case, we're going to see the gerund in here. Remember, the gerund is going to be, well, the gerund is like this part, okay? Going. This is part of the rule. And at the end, well, in the last one, when we start, for example, our sentence not with a subject but with a verb, the verb changes, or the verb need to change in order to express that idea, and it says like playing tennis is a good way to work out. In this case, we're going to translate it, and we're going to understand or to translate as the base form of the verb, and we're going to translate it as jugar tenis es es una buena manera, una buena forma de hacer ejercicio, okay? So in this case, it's just because of the order you have in here. So after any preposition you have, you need to add ing to the verb, after say certain verbs like enjoy, and after or when the verb takes the place of the subject in the sentence, okay? Is it clear? Yes, guys? Is it clear? Is it or not? Remember, I can see while I am sharing the screen, I can see your messages. So the one who sends a message or who can read the message, if you don't have like the access to your microphone or something, who can say what the message says. Okay, so these three are the rules for the gerunds. Okay, remember, after any preposition of place, of time, or whatever it is, and then after certain verbs like playing, and then like for example enjoy, for example, I enjoy playing soccer, I like playing soccer, I love going out with my friends, okay? After certain verbs that I'm going to just show you again the first slide, you're going to use the gerund. Is it clear? Then first, this part is the gerund, right? So we're going to have in here gerund. And let's suppose that this is going to be like the topic. And then let's go with the infinitives. Okay, the infinitives, we have almost the same rules. For example, in here, we're going to see this. Okay, after certain verbs like I need to change, I need to change my clothes. Is it clear, guys, the first part? Then the infinitives are, or in this case, the infinitives will be this. I'm sorry, I don't know what is happening. Well, I know what is happening in here. I need to buy new clothes, for example. That's what we have. After many adjectives, like for example, it's difficult to get say. Okay. So what we're going to have in here, I'm sorry for this situation. It is supposed that I have prepared your presentation, but I have some problems in here. Okay, then here we have the infinitives. I need to buy new clothes. It's difficult to get what you say, and I came to London to study English. In this case, we're going to identify this part as two different elements. For example, we have the first one. The first is after certain verbs, or there are verbs that are like by collocation, they are just linked with the two. Like, for example, need, uh, stop. That stop is also conjugated with the other one, with the gerund. But in this case, like for example, I need to go to my house. I want to. I go to. Listen to. Okay, so these verbs want, need, listen, they are always, and go, they are always listen with the part to. Okay, and as we have two, the main verb should, or the other verb should be in base form. That's what it is called the infinitive. The infinitive is like the union of the two plus the main verb in base form. So we have, after some verbs like the ones I mentioned, after many different adjectives, for example, in here, it's difficult to get what you say. It's easy to understand your class. It's hard to go to the school. It's complicated to create materials for your class. For example, we're going to have like different adjectives, and then we are going to use the part, the word to. It's like the infinitive, and the last one, the example number three is called infinitive of purpose, or infinitivo para propósito. In this case, we're going to say something, and we're going to link what we want, or what for we are doing something. In this case, it says, I came to London to study English. In this case, well, the second is actually the particle. The first is incorrect, so I'm going to exchange it just in order for you to get the idea clearer. I have my mistake. It was my mistake. I'm sorry. So the second two, well, actually, we're going to just mark the two of them. It's this one, and it's this one. Okay, so just in order to follow the rules, the first, for example, in here, in the last sentence, we are using two of the uses of the infinitive. In this case, it says, I came to London. And again, when we say came to or come to, that it's actually the base form of the verb. In this case, we're going to just understand that part. Need to, came to. This is collocation, and this part of the sentence, of the third sentence, belongs to the first rule, or the first example. Is the same thing, because we're going to use a verb and to, because it's collocation. But in this case, we can say, I came to London to study English. Okay, in this case, what I'm going to say is that my purpose for the trip was to study English. Okay, so the main idea is that I wanted to study English, so I went to London. Okay, and then we can also exchange the idea. For example, I can say to study English, we can also exchange the order of this part. To study English, I came to London. Okay? Is it clear, guys? Guys, is it clear? Guys, do you have any question? So, in this part, that it's also there are certain situations in which we can use both of them. It can be a gerund, it can be an infinitive. And when we talk about the things we like or we don't like, likes and dislikes, we can use both of them. I can say, for example, I like to read horror books. I can say I like reading horror books. In this case, there are some situations in which we can use both of them. We can use the infinitive or we can use the gerund just in order to express the same idea that it's actually when we talk about likes and dislikes, as I tell you. I like to play soccer. I like playing soccer. So in this case, it's going to be used for both of, or yes, both of them, gerunds and infinitive, can be used in just one sentence. Do you have any questions so far, guys? I need you to tell me, do you have any question? Is it all clear? Guys, I can listen to you. Is it all clear or not? Or is there something you don't understand? Tell me.
No, teacher.
Um,
Is it all clear?
it is not clear for me.
What is the point you didn't get?
Uh, en gerunds. Bueno, gerundos. Esa.
Okay. Gerundios, gerunds.
Yes.
Okay. So gerunds. Well, in Spanish we can also have different ways to use gerunds. En español también tenemos diferentes formas de usar el gerundio. But the most common thing is like when we use the present continuous, right? As in English, we can say like I'm playing soccer, I'm visiting my friends, or something like that. Okay. So that's the first use and the most common. But in English, we have some other verbs that are like more regularly used that, in Spanish, or that the way we use them in Spanish. And then there are certain rules we need to follow when we want to use them. Okay, so the first rule says, or the most common rule is like when we use certain verbs. Okay, the first rule is that with certain verbs you will always use the ing ending to the verb. So, for example, when I say I enjoy playing soccer with my friends, or we can also say I love playing soccer with my friends, or we can also say I like, I love, yes, I don't like. So when we were commonly when we need to express some ideas about likes and dislikes, we will always use the ing or the gerund. We can say, like, for example, the first example we have in the gerund, I enjoy playing soccer with my friends. We can also say, I enjoy to play soccer with my friends. So in this case, with that kind of sentences, when we express likes and dislikes, we're going to use both of them, the gerund and the infinitive. Then another rule for the gerunds, it says that after any preposition you use, if you have a verb, you're going to add the ing ending to the verb. That's why we're going to say, after going to school, you need to make your bed. Okay? And in here we also see another example. That's the rule for the infinitive, for the gerunds. Here we have the preposition after. It's a preposition of time. In this case, it's working as a preposition of time, after, and then we have a verb, go. But as the rule says, I have a preposition, then the verb that follows the preposition need to or needs the ing ending. That's why the verb go has going. After going to school, you need to make your bed. Before going to school, you need to make your bed. Or in this case, it could be yes. Actually, it's like different. Well, let's suppose that it's a rule, okay? So, for example, if you just go to school and you didn't make your bed, like maybe the rule is like, okay, as you go to the school earlier, you need to just come back and make your bed. After going to school, you need to make your bed. If we translate it is, después de ir a a la escuela necesitas tender tu cama. Let's suppose that that's the idea because you are like uh, morning person and then you just wake up so early to go to school and then you have time to make your bed. But the idea it can say also, before going to school you need to make your bed, and it's the same idea because after and before are prepositions of time. Okay, so after any preposition the verb you use need to add the ing. Okay, then another idea, when we, as was I was telling you, when we use English, we always need a subject. For example, I need to say, I go to school, you go to school, you play soccer, you are an excellent person. Okay, we always need a subject. But in some cases, we're going to use verbs instead of subjects. That's called like nouns, for example. Then when we have a verb at the beginning of the sentence, we always add the ing ending because the verb is at the beginning and it's taking or it's like a replacement of the subject, okay? So it's taking the place of the subject. So in order to work with that idea in English, we need to add the ing to the verb. Is it clear now? And that's why we have, for example, playing tennis is a good way to work out. Jugar tenis es una buena forma de hacer ejercicio. We can also express the same idea. To play tennis is a good way to work out. So in this case, some cases we can use the infinitive and or the gerund, or in some cases we can use specifically one of them. Okay. So did you get it? Yes or not? Guys,
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
okay, so now is it clear? So orally, I need you to give me an example of each. So you're going to give me two examples, one using the gerund and one in which you use the infinitive. Okay, so let's start with according to the list. Let me check who's going to be first. So in this case, I'm going to just exchange. Okay, so let's start by. Queen is not in here. Erika.
Here.
Okay, so I'm going to just. Did you copy the examples? Did you take some notes of this?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so yes. Okay. So I'm going to start sharing the screen with you because while you are participating, I need you to activate your cameras because I need to see you, okay, or yes, to watch you in this case. So let's go back to it. Okay, so while you just say it, you just um, turn on your cameras in order to have a better interaction. So Erica, please go ahead with your examples. Erika. Erika. Okay, Marilyn.
Yes, teacher.
But remember to turn on your camera.
Hi, teacher. Voy.
That's why, because, well, the idea of this is because since we started classes, we we haven't like say or we don't have like a full interaction as the should we have in the we should have in the classroom. So in this case, well, that's what I need. Okay, so we need to, or I need to create a better interaction, not like because sometimes I feel I'm not only speaking. Okay, continue. Give me your examples.
Um, he visiting your grandmother.
No, in this case, you're using present continuous. For example, we can say, visiting my grandmother is good for me. Visitar a mi abuela es bueno para mí. That could be
Okay.
like a good idea of the way in which you use.
Um, I. Espérate.
Okay, and the one with the infinitive.
I miss to go to the university.
Excellent, good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Sandra.
Yes, teacher.
Sandra, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, but please turn on your camera.
Yeah.
Okay, good, thank
Mm,
you.
Sería, I enjoy listening
Mm-hmm.
music
To music,
with my sister.
yes. And the other?
Um, infinitive. Mm, I need to eat
Mm-hmm.
mm, um, meat.
Good.
Mm, finish.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Liliana, are you in here? Actually, you need to turn on your microphone. I can't listen to you.
Ah,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Um, Traveling the world is good for the soul.
Okay.
Y me falta una, ¿verdad?
Yes, the one in which you use the infinitive.
Studying is good for use.
It's good for us. Good. Or
Yes.
to study is good for us. In this case, we can also say that
Ajá,
because you
bueno,
like to travel. So the first one, in this case, you use the gerund into of the sentences, but we can just turn one of them. Like for example, we can say to travel or to study. Okay, did you get it? Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Anais, is Anais in here?
Pero me falta uno todavía, profe. Nada más
Mm,
tengo uno que dice I need to sleep longer,
okay, yes.
pero el otro todavía no lo tengo.
Or to sleeping longer, I can also say sleeping longer is good for your health. For example, in this case.
Okay.
Okay, but remember
Puedo,
remember you need to turn on your camera.
es que no puedo activar la cámara, profe.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, Danny is not in here. Daniela is in here? No. Okay. Yatiri?
Um, Creo que apareció.
Okay,
Okay,
don't be nervous. I don't know what are you so nervous and okay,
okay.
tell me.
I'll start working.
Your camera is not.
No, teacher.
Can you repeat it?
Is I'll start working in my new job week. Next week.
Okay. Yes, I'm
And
starting my
I I prefer to become a lawyer. Bueno, abogado.
lawyer,
Law,
lawyer, lawyer,
lawyer. Lawyer.
lawyer, lawyer.
Lawyer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Marta.
Here, right. Um,
Okay. Your camera. Remember, you need to turn it on.
la tengo que activar a fuerza.
Yes. I do that every class. So you need to do that too. So,
Espere.
okay. And then,
Ya.
okay. What are your examples?
With to sleep all the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
¿Cuántos tienen que ser, teacher?
Two. One using the gerund and one using the infinitive.
Ah, pues ya solo tenía esa.
Okay, don't worry. Thank you. Kayla.
You're welcome.
Kayla is in here. Okay.
Profe, que tiene problemas para
Okay,
entrar.
don't worry. Thanks for
Por el
telling me. Dulce. Dulce, are you in here?
No,
Okay.
profe. Sí.
Your camera,
Ah,
please.
why? I am writing new book, no?
Mm-hmm.
Boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Finish?
Solo boyfriend.
Okay. Alma.
Yes.
Is Alma in here? Okay. Arturo.
Here. Voy, espere.
Okay.
Um, I enjoy playing table games with my family.
Okay, yes.
I
Actually, well,
can
continue and then I'm going to use the
I
explanation.
uh,
What is the second?
uh, I can to take class of English.
Okay, good. In this case, board games. It's the actual word, board
Uh,
games. Okay, juegos de mesa.
Board games.
Yes. Now, table games is like
Okay.
literally, or it's like so literal, but it's not that way. It's board games. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you,
Sí.
Ruby.
Teacher,
Tell me.
I think the class is over.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Well, we're going to continue with this next class, and your homework is write down five. Just in order for you to practice, like the reading way. Once you just get so used or you understand the rules, you can just apply it for the speaking or the spoken part. In this case, what I need you to do is to write down five sentences using gerunds and five sentences using the infinitive, okay? Remember, you need to use your homework to the email. If you don't have, or if or it is not possible for you to send it, please send it to the WhatsApp group, okay? But send it. Yes? And then see you. Oh, your homework is to do five sentences or to write five sentences using the infinitive or the rules of the infinitive and five using the gerunds. Okay?
En total son 10.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Bye.
See you. Take care and have an excellent week.